Hello, everybody. Welcome to another post-gathering interview. Today, we're having Amber and Emelina, co-hoster of Solingo Camp, a project that offers a space for people to connect through their voices and study the mystic science of Kabbalah. So cool. So, hello, Amber. And
Hello.
all good?
Yes, thank you for having me here. I'm very excited to have this talk about the gathering. It was a very profound experience for me.
Cool. Okay, so tell me, how did the gathering impact your work and organization? Meaning, did it lead to new projects or partnerships?
Yes, so to start off, how I came to join the gathering was actually I was invited by a dear friend of mine, and I didn't know anything about the gathering. So I went on the website and I found this camp, Soulingua, which really resonated with my work because I study the voice, I study like music, singing, and sound therapy. So I also host spaces for people to explore their voices. So I joined this camp and I was very surprised to see that I kind of found my tribe. Literally, I found my tribe there. And this feeling of being together and working together was very new for me. So everyone in the camp could host something. I was surprised because I usually just know scheduled spaces, which is like very tight and rigid. But I love that it was so fluid and was so open. And through this, we created like this from human to human connection. So um, how it's how can you say how it created an influence on my work is that I saw that I have the potential to co-create with people and that I can create spaces like we did together also in my home. So what we created there, meaning like singing circles, sound bath, I took home to my place. I live in Budapest, and now I'm creating those spaces. So it became a resource for me. The time and the camp connection with the people became a resource for my work that I now continue.
Wow, that was like beautiful. So you kind of really find out your tribe, and it was really gathering for you, I can say. And do you want to share any story, like a particular one about like what connections did you make there?
Yeah. Yeah, I have a story to share, and it's also from my camp. Because at some point we had those closed events where we were just the participants of that camp together, and we had a beautiful evening of really connecting with each other, and we made music all night. And again, here we used the magic of creating music together to connect with each other. And it was one of the most beautiful events of the past year that I've experienced there. And it's just this, yeah, this feeling of connecting from our hearts with our voices. Like even people who are maybe shy to sing could really open up. It's this Solingo really created a space for people to feel home, to feel safe, to feel safe to express who they truly are through their voices, through sound. And this is really something that yeah, that it's like a fuel for me to continue my work, continue my study. And yeah, I had many little moments on the gathering where I met people and I felt really we have a mission together. Like it was that kind of gathering of tribes. It was really for me like just following my intuition. Sometimes I didn't care about the schedule. I just went through the place and I met people where I felt like, yeah, it's really a reason that we meet at this particular time. And now also after the gathering, some further projects sprouted and are now influencing my life and continuing to create projects together, continuing to spread the message of really we are better if we are working together. Like, this is really something that's important for me to see that in our society, it's always about just being alone and doing it on my own. I have the strength, I don't need anyone. But honestly, the Gathering of Tribes really showed me like, wow, we are powerful when we are intentionally working to go into one direction.
Wow, so beautiful. And it is together we can, huh? And it's really true. Connections, you really reach the goal of the gathering that way. Connection
Mm,
is everything, and yeah, I miss it as well. And even my project ECCOS, that's like one of the biggest goals, like to connect dreamers. And yeah, wow. I'm missing already to miss your camp. Next time I'm gonna be around. Where
yes,
are you, Amber? I want to connect as well. So
good.
beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And tell me, what went well as well? What do you think it could be better? And if so, how?
Hmm. Yes, so I think it was a very amazing gathering from the organization. Also, the space was like a little fairy tale wonderland, different spaces to discover. And um, I think for me, the amount of people was perfect. I talked to a few people, and a few people were like, no, we want to have more people engaged. But I'm afraid that it will become just more anonym. Can you say it like this? So like not that private, because now I felt like there were less people and it was a great flow of meeting again and again the same people. So that I think for my taste I would leave it like this amount
Mhm.
of people.
Well, I think
And then
we're gonna go a little bit bigger, but did you went to the first?
I guess so. No, this was my first one now last year. So
Mhm.
I just saw this one. Yeah. And then you asked about any improvements, right? And it came to me the idea that I would love to have a space where people intentionally meet to just connect. And I attended a few networking sessions, and it was exactly this. Okay, we meet, we have a few questions, but it was very guided. So I would wish, I see this like a little corner, like an intimacy cafe or cafe where you sit at the table and it's like sitting there at the table is an invitation for another person to join and we talk. Because I still felt on the gathering yeah, a little bit of shyness, like to approach someone, like, and then I always talk with the same people. So, and then this corner of the gathering is really, I want to get to know someone new. I wanna have a conversation with someone. So I just sit at this table and we can start to talk. So this is something I would love to create, love to see, and then also engaging more the youth, kids, and older people. So to have like a wider range of people on the gathering, like also the program, what we can offer. Yeah,
Well,
that's what I
actually, we
think.
had like my previous interview was to Mauricio from Fractal Camp that I was there working with him, and we laughed so much because we talk about you had a meeting point a little bit, let's say like that. It was the only smoke area or smoking area because everybody was there connected and it was cool. And then Mauricio was like, "Oh, now I don't smoke." I was like, "Yeah, but you can go there because it was, I think, one of the most free open zones because
Yes.
everybody was there. But yeah, okay, let's have your call. I think it's much better as well, healthy. So okay, for the organization, let's call it what, like a butterfly cafe, networking cafe, or something like it. It's a very cool idea. So you go there and people know everybody's there just to connect. But I think like all the gathering, it's a little bit, that's the idea. But yeah, I'm feeling you. That's very cool. That's very cool. A place like just for networking with no scales and order. You just go there and start to connect. That's very, very, very good idea. And tell me something more. I'm gonna say almost to finish. As you know, the gathering happens every 2 years, at least here in Portugal. and what could be done in between? What you think like the gathering organization could develop as well promote to get keep going the connections between gatherings?
Mhm. Yeah, I would love to see a platform where the individual camps can keep on working in a way or keep sharing their work. And through this, we can connect. I don't know if it's existing, but it would be like taking the work that we did in person to the online world, so we can connect also there on these platforms and from there create new projects. I'm missing a bit like this kind of way aftercare where the people can still be in it because we have this virtual world and where a virtual space where people can meet, or if it's like monthly Zoom calls where people can attend and have still this gathering of tribes, just it's online. So that's one idea. And then, of course, we can have smaller gatherings somewhere in Europe, or yeah, like more in-person meetings.
Okay, so
Yeah,
we both match on the idea of this kind of platform. And I think to go online is the future because it's so easy. Like I'm in Portugal, you are in German, if I'm not mistaken, and we are
Hungary.
connected. And we actually are meeting each other from these kind of interviews. That is so cool. Amber, so
Exactly.
nice to get to know you as well better now because now I have your voice in my mind, and for sure, next time we will connect, maybe by the platform the organization gonna start to develop. I really, really want to thank you for sharing and thank you to be here with us. Give us your time. Do you want to comment something special? Is that okay for you?
Yeah, I'm very looking forward to attend the next gathering and yeah, share more of my work. I'm really looking forward. Thank you for the interview.
More than welcome, Amber. Nice to get to know you and see you next time on the next gathering for sure.
Mhm. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.